Hi there, I'm Beth with 50 Plus Beauty, and I am so excited to be here with you to show you my latest accomplishment, and I feel like it is an accomplishment. About 3.5 months ago, I had a deep plane facelift. Actually, it's called the Maloney Deep Plane Facelift because it's a very different technique than is used out there, and I think it went very well. And my Maloney Deep Plane Facelift was done by this man, Dr. Christopher Maloney, who is a Harvard-trained, board-certified plastic surgeon in Tucson, Arizona. And basically, Dr. Maloney's technique is groundbreaking because he does the deep plane facelift, which is the deepest, most long-lasting facelift. He does it under a local. Yes, like what your dentist gives you a shot basically to numb the area. That's how he does the deep plane facelift, and most plastic surgeons out there won't do a deep plane facelift unless you agree to go under heavy sedation, maybe have some oxygen, that sort of thing. And while a facelift is kind of a major surgery, it is all soft tissue, and Dr. Maloney does not feel that it needs to be done under heavy sedation. You can have that if you want, but you don't have to. It costs a little more, and sedation always comes with more risks. And I will tell you, I am 67 years old, and you may be saying to yourself, well, Beth, you don't look much different than you did a couple of years ago. And I hope that's the case. Basically, a good facelift doesn't change the way you look. It just turns back the clock a little bit. But what you don't know is that in the 9 months I have been off the air, my face really changed. I started heavy-duty aging. And let me know in the comment section. I'm going to show some pictures either here or here so you can see what was greeting me in the mirror. And it was probably, well, number one, I'm 67. And the women in my family, they stay looking really young until they don't. And so that's probably what happened to me. But I also had a lot of life stress. I was redoing a whole house, living in the basement. Alan and I were living in the basement, so that was stressful. I was caretaking for 3 aging parents. My dad is 90, my mom is 89. We found out she had dementia this year, so we've been dealing with that. I had 3 surgical procedures myself, and we lost 2 very beloved family members. I lost my mother-in-law, who was like my mother, Darlene, and I lost Alan's only brother, Gene, unexpectedly. It was just a horrible year, and you can really see all of that grief on my face. It started out as sadness, and it ended up with resignation because I got so mad about everything that was happening to all the people I loved in my life. But anyway, that is negative, but that gives you some idea of why I went to get the facelift about 3.5 months ago, and I am so happy I did. And this is a 3-part video on the Maloney Deep Plane Facelift. Part 1 was my consultation with Dr. Maloney in Tucson. Part 2 was the complete surgical day, everything from eating breakfast before the surgery, and that is an advantage of the way that Dr. Maloney does the anesthesia. You're awake through the whole surgery, so you can eat and have a little bit to drink before the surgery. They don't want you to drink too much because, you might have to pee. And this is not a sponsored video. I paid for my facelift just like I paid for the upper bleph I had with Dr. Maloney 3 years ago. And I'll link that video below so you can see the results there. And I had the blepharoplasty with Dr. Maloney. I have many friends and family, probably 10 or 15 friends and family members who've had facelifts, upper and lower blephs, other plastic surgery procedures with Dr. Maloney, and they've all turned out wonderfully. Well, now I'm going to show you my complete 10-day healing diary. It is ups and downs and all arounds, and stick around because after that, I'll be sharing how you can get a free virtual consult with Dr. Maloney to see if a facelift or other procedure may benefit you. It is 5:30 the day of surgery, and as you can see, all the swelling has gone down. No, I'm just kidding, it has not gone down. They said I could take something. I took a Lortab. I slept all afternoon on raised pillows, and I brought this pillow, this back sleeping pillow, so I don't sleep on my face, although they said that was not a problem if you wanted to sleep on your side or whatever, but I've had a bad habit of sleeping on my side lately, and I want to get back into my back sleeping. There's no guidelines to how we age from the late 60s, 70s, 80s on. And so I think I'd like to age well, I'd like to age well, look like I feel. I've got a little bit of pain, like oddly, on the top of my ears. And they said I could take something with a Lortab. I think it was ibuprofen, and we don't have any. All I have is Tylenol, so I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to accept that I've got a little bit of pain because I had my face taken off and put back on. Okay, this is the morning after the surgery, and I had a little bit of a rough night, I have to admit. Not that there were super amounts of pain, but it was weird because last night the tops of my ears kind of hurt a little bit, and then like now it's a little bit like my neck right here. And I wouldn't say it hurts. I mean, I would say it's a little bit uncomfortable, but all of this on my face feels totally normal. I will show you, I slept last night raised. I don't know if you can see that, but I've got 2 pillows here, and that is a Sleep and Glow pillow, which is a total back sleeping pillow. They said I could sleep on either side, it didn't matter. But you know me, I've got to do everything as perfect as I can. I woke up this morning about 5, and I did take a Lortab and a Valium just to sleep because I was very wide awake.
Good morning.
Hello,
How
good
are
morning.
you?
I'm fine, I'm one day after. Yeah.
Well,
Well, this is Amy, and she's taking off my wrap, thank goodness. I can hardly wait. One more step to being normal.
yes, definitely.
Oh, that feels much better. Oh, much better.
All right, so there's just some gauze that is kind of
Okay.
stuck to the skin,
Okay.
which is 100% normal. So we're going to take all that off and
Okay.
throw that away. And then we'll get your drain out.
And this is still on here. Is that going to stay on?
Yeah, let me take that one off.
But like, does this thing stay on? This under thing stays?
The drain?
Oh, is that what that is? This
Yeah,
is,
that's
this is
probably
the
what
drain.
you feel.
So that's going to come
So
off?
under the skin is this little ridge right here that you
Yeah.
feel. That's the drain.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to take that out right now.
Okay, including this. Is there stuff here?
There's nothing there.
Oh,
It
feels
might
weird.
feel like that because you're numb.
Yes, I am now.
I'm just going to turn a little bit this way
This way?
because I'm going to snip the little stitch that's holding the drain in place.
Okay.
All right, Abby, take a deep breath in for me. Ready, 1, 2, and 3. And that drain is out.
It's out already?
It's already
Oh,
out.
Good. Oh my.
Quick and easy, right?
Yeah, that was. I'm surprised.
So we're going to put a new wrap on you.
Okay.
You're only going to wear it for 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. Take it off, throw it away, and take a shower.
Okay, good.
Wash your hair. Normally wash your hair.
This is
You
gross.
can wash your face. You can wash the incisions.
I went to the doctor this morning, and the nurse was the one who removed my bandages, and she said I could wash my hair. And I'm still swollen, and I've got some good looking bruising down here, some good looking bruising, but I have no more pain. I am taking ibuprofen. They suggested that, and it works really well. And I've got my readers on because I can't put my contacts in. But this is how I look. You know, definitely very swollen. And you know the issue I had with too much fat in this side, and my face was kind of uneven because long ago I had a fat transfer that kind of went bad. Well, Dr. Maloney put some fat in this side, and it's still quite swollen. Got some good looking bruising over there. And my chin, I think, looks really good. So for day 2, I think I'm looking really good. And I'm going to show you Alan real quick. He hates it though. Allie, say hi.
Hi.
He's been my excellent caregiver this whole time. I mean, it's pretty amazing. He even made me my little TV dinner. So anyway, I will let you go, but for the end of day 2, I feel like it looks pretty darn good. Thank you, Dr. Maloney. Okay, this is day 3, and I'm more swollen than I was on day 2. Nothing hurts though. I've got some bruising down there, which is kind of strange looking bruising. It looks like a Band-Aid was there, but it's just bruising. Got some bruising over here. There's my incisions there. And I am more swollen probably because you're supposed to sleep very elevated. And last night, instead of 3 pillows, which makes me elevated, I don't know, I just did 2 pillows, which I was pretty much almost even with a mattress, maybe 3 inches up. So I think it made my swelling worse. I'm not afraid though, because I totally trust Dr. Maloney. Anyway, this is how I look. It's about 11:30 on day 3. I actually went down to breakfast this morning, and the lady at the next table said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Oh, I've had a facelift." And she said, "That's what I thought. I just wanted to ask." We are about to watch a movie. We're going to watch a couple of old movies just because they're dependable. So that will be fun this afternoon to watch a couple of movies. I think tomorrow we'll start getting out and going to restaurants and things. But today I just kind of want to relax, and I'm kind of tired still. So it's all good. Alan said during the surgery it was amazing because he could see before the swelling, the doctor pulling things back. And he said it was great. And I asked the doctor about, I said, you know, what you do is artistry. And he said, no, it's really more like engineering. He said, I've done 1,000 of these. And it's just engineering. You know, all that experience gives you the information on where to pull the skin, where to attach the skin. It's, you know, very important that you have someone with that kind of expertise. It is about 1 o'clock in the morning on, let's see, this is Sunday. This is the 4th day. And oh my, I feel very swollen. This is one of those time periods though where you kind of go, what the hell did I do? I know it's going to be fine. I absolutely do. But I am very swollen. I've got some bruising, and bruising is very normal. All of this is very normal. And I'm going to go sit up in a chair and have some hours of draining my face. I think that'll be good. To have a cup of coffee. Maybe I'll even fall asleep sitting up, which I think would be good for me. But anyway, I guess it's all looking good, but I'm in there. I'm in there under all this fat looking stuff. This is Sunday morning at about 8:30. And as you can tell, I am still bruised, of course, but I'm still quite swollen. It does not hurt at all. Nothing hurts, but it does just feel tight everywhere. And I'm actually going to send a picture of this to Dr. Maloney and see if there's anything I should be doing to get the swelling to go down. I just texted Dr. Maloney, and he said everything is absolutely normal. He said just stay elevated and keep using ibuprofen. Alan and I are headed out for our first outing, and I think my face is starting to look a little less swollen than it did this morning or yesterday. And I'm so happy. I've got my sunblock on for sure. A little bit of concealer on there on my black bruise. Bruising is really not too bad, although I hear that happens later. And it is so nice to get out of the hotel room. It was looking pretty tacky in there. We seem to have popcorn that made its way all over the room. I don't know why. It's not like we stood in the middle and threw popcorn up, but it kind of looked like that. There's my sweet husband who's been so supportive. Allie, can you say hi? Hi. He said hi. It is nice to be out here in the open air. We sit in the open car. And I guess we're heading to Smoothie King. Because Alan loves those. And apparently there's a sale on Sundays, so I have to go take advantage of that. Okay, this is day 5. I go to the doctor today at 2:30, and basically I'm still quite swollen, but I don't hurt at all, and I know swelling goes away. Also, I think my throat is swollen, and so that's why my voice sounds so strange. But I am swollen, but again, I don't hurt.
I'll have you look a little bit to your right.
Okay.
Perfect.
How's the swelling?
You know, I start out like a pear at the first of the day, and then it seems to go in. You know, it seems to get less.
Yeah, you just have a little bit of swelling, a little bit of bruising, but nothing that you need to be concerned about.
How long does it take on a deep plane for the swelling to go away? It probably takes a long time, right?
Yeah. A couple days to a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's it, huh?
See, her neck bands are gone. Remember that scar band that she had there?
Oh yeah,
That's
I
gone.
know.
She's got some bruising around in here, but you know, that's obviously because that's an area where we worked.
How does it look?
It looks perfect. I mean, you're a little puffy and swollen, but you
Yeah.
know, that's just part of surgery. And
Yeah.
so, like at the end of the week, we'll see you again when we get all your stitches out.
Okay, here I am sitting here against the wall. Got a nice little blanket on me, and I was cold, so I had my little sweat top on.
And I just read that swelling peaks about a week after surgery, and I'm only 5 days after surgery. So I guess I'm just a sweller. So this is normal and to be expected, but can be not too much fun. Okay, here I am down at breakfast. I ate a bagel with cream cheese, which is carbs. I feel like I deserve to have carbs. I even ate the topping off of an apple cinnamon muffin. I'm really not being good at all, but I feel like I deserve a treat going through this. And actually, I don't think it looks as bad as it did this morning when I got up. When I got up this morning, my face looked like a pear. And Alan reminded me, he said, Beth, I was in the surgery and he did not make you look like a pear. Here, I'll take off my glasses for you. And I have to have these glasses because I don't have my contacts in yet. These are just readers. You know, it doesn't look that bad. It really doesn't. And my chin does look very chin-like. It doesn't look as baggy. And I don't seem to have those jowls anymore. And it takes alcohol to get the black marks off my face. And I have no alcohol. So we're going to go by Walgreens and get some alcohol. Okay, it is 3:30 in the morning, and I am very, very pleased. This is a picture, and I'll try to show it to you more close up. But this is how I was looking, and as you can see, that was a very bad looking chin there when I would turn to the side. And that was because long ago, probably 20 years ago, I had under chin lipo, in which they give you a scar. And so I guess the scar was really showing that, and that just didn't look good. So I wanted to have the facelift to deal with that. Plus, my face was getting jowly and old looking, and I just don't feel that old. I feel pretty young on the inside. And so I really want to look as young as I feel. And I love the fact that you are not put under it all with Dr. Maloney. He is such an expert, it's unbelievable. Gosh, I think the world of him. I don't have any of the worry that I had in the first few days, even though it is Dr. Maloney, who I trust him so much. I think the most important thing in having a facelift is choosing a great, great surgeon. And he's a great, great surgeon. I'm just so, so happy to have my old look back.
Amy is expecting little Jake there. When? In June?
Yes.
Wow.
3 weeks.
So 3 weeks. Oh, bless your heart. That's wonderful. Okay, and she's going to take out my stitches. Is it going to be all the stitches?
Every stitch is coming out today.
Woo, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm happy.
So now I'm going to start taking out the stitches on this side.
Okay.
So I have a little fine blade that I just kind of cut them
That
off.
was fast.
Here's Dr. Maloney.
Hi,
I thought it was
Dr.
like
Maloney.
Monday you were coming back.
Well, and I am. And I noticed I am more bumped on this side than this. Does that have to do with the platysmal band?
What do you mean by
Feels
bumped?
like there's this more swelling on this side than this side.
There is more swelling, and that's just the way it goes. We always tell people, when we operate on two different sides, we say the two different sides are like sisters, not twins.
Right.
And that's just, there's just a little bit more bruising over here, a little bit more swelling, less so over here. But her cheeks are nice and high. We've got the volume filled in below her eyes. Her nasolabial folds are soft. She has no marionette lines. Her jawline looks perfect. We put 1 cc of fat in here because this was smaller than this. Because she had fat grafting before.
Yeah.
This was a little smaller. We put a little bit of fat in her temples because she got a lot of temporal wasting in here.
No hollowing?
And so you have some volume. She has a few little lumps and things like that because of the swelling and the inflammation from the surgery and from the procedure, which is normal.
Okay, Alan and I went to do a little tour of something today. We went to see the Biosphere 2, which was about an hour outside of Tucson, which you probably remember it from the 80s. Some scientists lived in there for 2 years. It was pretty interesting to see. Now we're headed to a vegan restaurant for dinner. Supposedly it is one of Yelp's best vegan restaurants, I guess, for vegan Latin American food, the #1 Yelp restaurant in all of the country. And I think it was even on the Food Network. And Guy Fiero or whatever wrote his mother about how great the tacos were. I don't know. But anyway, this is how I'm looking now. I still have swelling. I mean, quite a bit of swelling I can feel. And everything is still numb. I don't really have any pain, but things are still numb. I am loving the way my chin looks after only 6 days. It's pretty amazing. And my neck really looks good. I'd had this big band that was apparently scar tissue, and it is gone now. And I'm really so happy about that.
Your ear was a little bit puffier last time I saw you.
Yeah.
That's already getting better. Incision lines around here look great. That scar band in your neck is pretty much gone. You have some early kind of scarring here, but it's under your neck, and just because it's in an area that just has some scar tissue from before. If you turn this way, our scar looks good. At a week, looks very good.
Now you didn't do an incision in front of the ear, did you?
No, we go behind the ear.
So you hide it, because a lot of plastic surgeons do it. Is that called a tragus?
It's a retrotragal incision, so that incision goes behind the ear, so there's no scar right there. You have some temporary weakness right in here, and that'll get better. That's just from all the work that we did under here, and that's just a temporary thing. We'll get better in a couple weeks. So far everything looks good.
Yeah, well, I feel so happy.
Jawline looks great, everything looks good.
I can't believe 10 days.
Nice, perfect right angle, super sharp jawline, invisible scars.
Yay.
So,
You are so
a
good.
week out, we're doing fine.
It is so crazy how good you are. Thank you. And like I've mentioned, I've seen several friends and family members have a lot of different work with Dr. Maloney, and it's always like flawless. You're a perfectionist.
You just gotta get you through the next stage.
Which is the healing,
Yeah.
which is no big deal. Well, that was a look at my complete healing diary, and I am glad to be on this side of it, I have to admit. And the swelling, they say, is 90% gone by now at about 3 months, 3.5 months. That's where I am right now. But then it takes up to a year before you see the final results. And I'll be doing some more videos about maintaining the facelift and that kind of thing through the course of my normal videos on my channel. And if you would like to get a free virtual consultation with Dr. Maloney, you can do that by visiting maloneyplasticsurgery.com in this area for a free virtual consultation. You just enter your contact information and mention the problem areas that you think you have. And then also you upload several pictures. I uploaded 3, a front and a side with no makeup. And then 2 to 3 days after you submit your request, you get an email back that tells you what Dr. Maloney thinks would benefit you and the pricing involved with that. And then if you decide you would like to go further, then you can book either an in-face consultation with Dr. Maloney in Tucson, or if you're like me, living in a different state, I'm in Kansas, he's in Arizona, I just did a FaceTime consultation on the cell phone with Dr. Maloney, and he got to see, my face and how it was moving, and I got to talk about my goals, and I got to ask him any questions. Then we went ahead and established a date for the surgery, and Alan and I flew in the day before, and I had my in-person consult, which is part 1 of this video series. And if you haven't seen my video about my blepharoplasty I had with Dr. Maloney about 3 years ago, I hope you'll stick around and take a look.